All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for some real people out there, just like you and just like me. So, Christine McVie is coming out with a solo album. I didn't see that coming. I thought she'd probably just want to retire, but she's not. She's got a solo album called Songbird coming out, which is basically new arrangements of her biggest songs, going to be produced by Glyn Johns, who worked, of course, with the Beatles and the Eagles and the Who, and is just a great producer, along with Grammy-winning composer and conductor Vince Mendoza. This comes from Christine herself. She says, "I've just finished an album, which is a compilation of my biggest songs. But they've all been produced again by Glyn Johns and Vince Mendoza on strings, who does this fantastic version of Songbird, noting that the new versions all sound completely different. That's going to be out June of this year." Asked if she would tour to promote the release, McVie replied that "I daren't comment on yet. I'm very cagey about things like that." I really thought she was completely done. She's not ruling out a possible tour. Of course, McVie rejoined Fleetwood Mac in 2014 following a 16-year absence after a conversation with Mick Fleetwood, which led to a response from Lindsey Buckingham. And she said, "I just needed to get away," she said of her departure in 1998. Asked if the band's most recent tour was their lap of honor, McVie said she didn't think of it in that way, although she did kind of say we're all getting kind of old in another interview and then walked that back to some degree. "None of us know what's happening with Fleetwood Mac," she noted. Oh, that's an interesting revelation. With the thingdemic and everything else, we've got to all be very careful, but this is not necessarily the end of the tale. So maybe the lap of honor is yet to come. Very interesting. So maybe the stars are beginning to align. You would think the big holdout, based on all of her rhetoric over the past, 2 years, is probably going to be Stevie Nicks. But it seems as though things are possibly aligning for a Fleetwood Mac reunion. She does say in this article that those final years were great, meaning her time at the end with Fleetwood Mac on their last tour. So when you say final years, well, maybe they're not final years. I don't know. But certainly, she definitely leaves the door open for both a solo tour and possibly one more time around with Fleetwood Mac. Here's what I'm thinking, though. Do it soon. Do it soon. It should have been this summer, probably, if you're going to do it. I think because everybody is older in this band and they all have basically the same political outlook on things, they're all frightened. Although we had Lindsey Buckingham out there on tour. And again, Stevie Nicks doing festival dates this year. Not a lot of them, but she's definitely out there. So it's going to be interesting that maybe after this all finishes out, Christine McVie releases this solo album. People are going to be probably pleasantly surprised with Glyn Johns doing production and Vince Mendoza doing the strings. I think this is going to be a really interesting project for people to go and listen to. So maybe at that point, we will see some negotiations happening. I'm thinking a huge payout to everybody for one last tour. Of course, we just got through with Genesis wrapping up. This is just sad to talk about. No more Genesis, no more Fleetwood Mac, maybe one more lap of honor, as she says. We'll see what happens, but I think we're more than ready to see Fleetwood Mac get back together again for one last, concert tour. In any event, that's the story. Christine McVie got a new solo album coming out. It's all old material. Would have been cool maybe if there was one new track on there, but I think this is a good way maybe to reintroduce people to the body of work, which from her is very impressive. I'm a big Christine McVie fan. I like Christine McVie better than I like Stevie Nicks. That's how much I like Christine McVie. So there you have it, folks. Another video in the can. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Patreon for $1 a month. The other channel, click on the link on the top for my Media Observer channel, which is starting to kind of grow a little bit. And content is up there usually daily, but I tend to take a day or two off over there. There is a lot happening in the world right now. So who knows? If I get inspired, it's probably going to be an everyday occurrence on that other channel. But again, thanks to everybody who supports me and the channel and all those nice people over on Patreon. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you soon.